When people talk about the Electoral College, a lot of times when they want to defend the Electoral College, they will say that we can't get rid of the Electoral College because only the coasts or only the cities will elect the presidents, and that the presidential candidates will ignore flyover country. Right? That's what they say. That's what they tell us in defense of the Electoral College, especially the conservatives. That's what the conservatives will tell us. They will ignore flyover country. But isn't that what they're doing already? And there are already states that we know are going to go for the Democrats. There are already states that we know are going to go for the Republicans. So why are the presidential candidates of the respective parties going to go to those states, except for maybe to try and campaign for those congressional candidates in those states that might help them try and win, Congress or the Senate over to help them pass legislation? If you look at this map right here, and this is from one of my posts on liberaldan.com, it's about this is a map of, I think it was back in 2016, Donald Trump's campaign rallies. This is where Donald Trump held campaign rallies. Notice where he didn't hold campaign rallies. None in Idaho, none in Montana, none in the Dakotas. Like, I think these were in Iowa, not in Nebraska. None in Oklahoma, none in Missouri. So, all of these areas, I mean, he didn't go to Oregon either. I mean, he went up to Seattle for one reason, I don't know why. He did go into Nevada, he did go into Arizona, he went to New Mexico, he went to Texas. He never went to Louisiana. I mean, he probably figured he won Louisiana, no reason to go to Louisiana. Didn't go to Arkansas. So these are all the areas he didn't go. He skipped flyover country. So if the argument to keep the Electoral College is that by getting rid of the Electoral College, that the candidates are going to skip flyover country, well, the candidates are already skipping flyover country. So maybe, just maybe, in an election where you got rid of the Electoral College, maybe the people in these areas might actually start mattering. So maybe maybe Trump might go into California a little bit and try to pick up some of the red people in these districts and try to get them to come out to vote. Maybe Biden might go into the blue cities in some of these areas and try and convince them to get out and vote. Because at that point, every vote in the country would matter. And people wouldn't sit here and say, well, I live in a state that doesn't matter. I live in Louisiana, so my vote doesn't matter. My vote doesn't count, so why should I cast a ballot? It doesn't count. My vote's not going to count towards the election, so why should I bother? But if you got rid of the Electoral College, every vote would matter. So every candidate would have every reason to fight for every vote. And maybe they wouldn't go to every single state, or maybe they wouldn't go to every single city, but they would at least have a reason to put some sort of ground game everywhere to get the people out to vote for them. They would put an effort towards these voters to try and get them out and getting them to cast a ballot. Because as we can see right now, they're not going to flyover country. So the argument that they would skip flyover country if we got rid of it, is a misrepresentation because they're already skipping flyover country.